Hi everybody, so this is our lesson on central angles. So you should know based on yesterday's or Monday's lesson what a central angle is, and we talked about this during our Google Meet yesterday. Alright, so let's define central angle again. It's an angle with the vertex at the center. I always forget to turn the pen on when I start writing. Center of the circle, and the two sides are radii. Right? Radii is the plural of radius. Okay. So if you look down below, I have angle B, or ABC, right? So the center of the circle is B, and these are two radii, radiuses. The sum of all central angles is 360. So for example, you could have a central angle that is 60 degrees and 300 degrees, sorry. The degree of the arc formed by the endpoints is equal to the central angle, and that's the most important thing. So like here, I have that angle is creating this arc right here. Since the angle is 84, the arc is also 84 degrees. Right? So we say that the measure of AC is 84 degrees, and ADC, that would be this other angle over here, right? That's the major arc. So to find that, we subtract it from 360. 360 minus 84. So we get 2, 15, 10, 6, 7, 276. So now, what would be the arc length of a diameter? So let's say I have A, O, and B. What would AB equal, the measure of that? Well, that's half a circle. Half a circle, half of 360 is 180. Okay. All right, so we do have to use our knowledge of some of the older stuff that we've done. So I have this angle, JNK is 21. So that means that this is 21. If this is 21, what do you know about the angle across from it? Those are vertical. That means this is 21. 21. So then, how would I find the other two arcs? Well, notice here, let me use a highlighter. We have this, what is that? That's a diameter. So half the circle is 180, right? Half a circle is 180. So that means that KL has to, the 21 and the KL have to add up to 180. So I'm going to do 180 minus 21. That is 159. And again, these are vertical angles. So if that's 159, then that's 159. Oh, such bad writing. And remember, these are degrees. Everything's in degree. Now notice I didn't even look at the question yet. I always look at my picture, fill in everything I can, and then focus on what's the question actually asking me. So JK, I can just read it right off the problem. So JK is this, 21. Angle JNM, JNM, that's that angle, that's your 159. KL, KL is this over here, the red one. That's 159 also. JKM, JKM. Now order is important, okay? So that's that whole thing. So look at what that equals. That's your 21, your 159, and your 21 all together. So we're going to add that up. 159, 21, and 21. So that's a 1, carry, 201. And then JKL. Let's look at what that is. I'm going to go to black. J, starting at J, then I go to K, and then L. Oh, that's going with the diameter, so that's 180. You could also do 21 plus 159. So notice that highlighters are a really good thing with this. So I want you to pause the video, draw the picture, and try to fill out as much of that picture as you can. What are all those degrees? So I have 72, this is 87. So you have to look, where do you see a diameter? Well, there's a diameter right there. So that means 72 plus 87 have to be subtracted from 180 so we can find ST, right? We want to find that distance. So 72, ST, and 87 equal 180. So 72 and 87, that's 159. I'm going to subtract that from 180, and I get 21. So that means ST is 21. Now, look at what we have. How are we going to figure out the other side? So I highlighted one diameter, but we have another diameter. Where is that other diameter? It's right here. So that means that the 72 and this arc right here is going to be 180 also. There are, if you thought of another way to do this, that's fine. There's a lot of ways of doing. Actually, that's a bad way of doing it. Okay, we are going to have to do that. 180 minus 72 is 108. So that means over here we have 108. What is UV equal to, though? Without doing any real work, you should be able to figure this one out. Well, these angles, the two diameters, are vertical. So this and this are equal, which means 72 degrees. I now filled out my entire picture. Now I'm going to go fill in everything I need to figure out. So UXV, let's see what that is. UXV. So that's 72. ST, 21. WV is 108. TW. So TW is these two together. So that's 93. And then TVW. Let's see, where's that? Starting at T, going to V, and then going to W. So it's like this big arc here. All right, so that is our 108, our 72, and our 87. Now, if you thought of this in a different way, that's fine. There are a couple ways to do this. As long as you get the same answer. So I got 267. All right, pause the video, and I want you to try this whole problem on your own. All right, so notice we have the little box. We should know what that means. That's 90, which means next to it is a 90, and next to it is those are all 90s because we have CE is a diameter, right? This is a diameter, so those are both 90, and GD is also a diameter. So lots of 90s in this one. Okay, I was writing in highlighter. 90, 90, 90. Which means, what would GF equal? So there's a few ways to do it. You could do 90, 90, 90, 34, subtract from 360. The way I think about this has to be a 90 also, right? That one. So I'm going to do 90 minus 34. Again, if you don't want to do it like this, you don't have to. This is just how I did it. 56 degrees. All right, so now I did all the work I needed. Fill in my answers. So CD, 90. FD. FD. All right, so that's from here to here. So that's 34 and 90. 34 plus 90 this time, which is 124. We got DCF, So D, C, F. So order is important. So for that one, we are adding 90, 90, and 56. 18 and 5, 236. And then lastly, G, D, F. Yellow. G. No. Where's G? All right, G, D, F. So order matters. You have to go to the D first. So it's that whole thing. So there's two ways to do this. We talked about that during the lesson yesterday. We can add up 90, 90, 90, and 34. If you do that, it's 27, 304. So you can do it that way. The way I think about it is the gray is the entire circle except for 56. So I do 360 minus 56. And I get 304. Either way, they're both correct. All right, again, pause the video and try this one on your own. So we have our 90-degree angle, which means this is 90. I have 19 degrees. This is vertical with this 19. This is 90. Now, we have a 90-degree angle with a 19 in the middle of it. Who remembers what those are called? That means complementary. So I'm going to do 90 minus 19, which is 71. So we have our 71. And then how are we going to find SR? Well, we have, again, our diameter. If this piece is 19, 180 minus 19, let's see, 151. All right, I did all the hard work first, now just filling in. 71, SR is 151, QRT, I think that one's going to be a little more work. Let's see, QRT. So that one, so again, you can just add everything up if you want. What I typically do, though, is I notice that I have a semicircle plus 19. So 19, 151, and 19, or just 180 plus 19 is 199. Whichever way you want to do it, however your brain works. All right, 199. PSR, let's see. Oops. PSR. Okay, go around the circle. So that's 90, 19, and 151. So we got 90, 19, and 151. 260. Or you could have noticed that that 90-degree angle was left over. And then finally PS. So PS is that 90 plus the 19, which is 109. And we are done. Okay, so now we're going to get into slightly harder one. Now we're just actually I think these are actually a little easier because there's less work that they're asking about. So they gave me 26 and 15x minus 26. Always look for your diameter. There's my diameter. So what do I know about those two? Those two are half the circle. Half the circle adds up to 180. So 15x minus 26 plus 26 equals 180. Oh, hey, those are both 26, so those cancel out. Divide both sides by 15. X equals 113. Nope, I'm lying. 12. Ugh, I always do that. I always pick the highlighter instead of the eraser. 12. And that's it, we're done. You also could have done 26, 26, 15x minus 26 because those are all vertical, and done all of that together adds up to 180. Adds up to 360. Just kidding. All right. Again, a little more difficult, but we can do it. All right, so when I look at this, I don't have a lot to go off of, so I'm going to look at my diameter again. So I have this diameter. I'm going to start off with that one. There are more than one diameters in here, though. So because this is 103, I can figure out EF. 180 minus 103 is 77. So that's 77. And this angle and this angle are equal. So that means this is 77. So now I have everything I need. What would I do to solve for x? Well, I don't know what this can equal, right? But what I can do, there's again a couple ways to do it. Everything can add up. Let's do everything adds up to 360. So I have 77, 103, 77, 15, 18x minus 2. And all of that adds up to 360. We also could say, oh, well, I have my diameter here. So that all adds up to 180. We could do that also. Ooh, let's see. I need to add 77, 103, 77, and then I have my 15 and minus 2. So let's make that 13. So that's 20. Carry the 2, 14, 15, 16, 17, 270. So 18x plus 270 equals 360 minus 270 on both sides. 18x equals 90. Divide by 18. Ooh, I don't know that. Is that nice? Let's see. If I divide by 9, I get 10 over 2. Oh, it's 5. Oh, I didn't know that off the top of my head. That's it. You can use a calculator. I'm doing this because I don't have a calculator around me at the moment. All right, last one. This is actually way easier than the other one. Not gonna lie. All right, pause the video, look at this, and tell me what you think. Well, we have our vertical angles, which means those are equal, which means their arcs are equal. 10x minus 22 equals 8x plus 12. To solve for x, I minus 8x on both sides. 2x minus 22 equals 12. Add 22 to both sides. Divide by 2. So we have x equals 17. But now we have to find everything else. So if x is 17, what would the two arcs be? We're going to plug in. So it doesn't matter which one you plug into. I'm going to do the top one, 10x minus 22. Because 10 times 17 is easy. That's 170 minus 22. That's 148. Yep. So that means this is 148, which means this side is 148. We have this diameter here. Notice we're using the diameter a lot. So the other two sides, the AB and the DC, we're just going to take our 180, subtract 148. That's a 2, 32. So this is 32. And again, vertical angles, 32. I now have all my information. AB is 32. CD is 32. BDC. BDC. That is BDC. That's your 180 plus your 32. Or we could just add them 1, 2, 3 up. 148, 32, and 32. 12, carry the 1, 5, and 6 is 11, 212. All right, that is the lesson. Homework is really short. This was long, I know, but the homework is actually really, really short, so you'll be fine. Email me if you have questions. Have a fabulous day, guys.